TYT Sports locked out here in Culver City, California. Rick Strom with you. The Miami Heat beat the Boston Celtics 101-88 in Game 7 on Saturday. There was a lot to cover on that day, and there's a lot to get to with this game. Firstly, LeBron James, another dynamic performance, 31 points, 12 rebounds. It was his third try going and trying to win on the platform of Game 7, and I guess the third time is the charm for the reigning MVP. Dwyane Wade also contributed with 23. Chris Bosh had 19 points, a career-high 3 three-pointers, and he also supplied all of the bench points for the Miami Heat. The Big Three scored every Miami point in the fourth quarter. It was Miami's first Game 7 win since 2004. Meanwhile, for the Boston Celtics, you saw how much this team and how much the game means to what is a great coach. Who is a great coach? That is Doc Rivers. You saw him getting choked up on the sidelines. You saw Ray Allen getting choked up. And you saw Doc Rivers getting choked up in the post-game press conferences. You could see it in his face. You could hear it. Paul Pierce, meanwhile, had 19 points. Rajon Rondo, 22 points, 14 assists, 10 rebounds. Another triple-double for the fabulous point guard. That is Rajon Rondo. Brandon Bass had 16. Ray Allen had 15. Kevin Garnett, 14 points. 7 rebounds. Miami were down 7 at half, 8 in the third quarter. LeBron James had an unbelievable shot that made it 91-84. It went down in the books as a 30-footer. It completely changed the tide of the game. Doc Rivers called it a, quote, backbreaker, and he also said we had nothing left. That's how it felt as a coach, but overall, I don't know if I've ever had a group like this talking about the Celtics that were the 2011-2012 season. The final 8 minutes, the Heat outscored the C's 20-6. So now on ESPN.com, according to ESPN, they said the Celtics were outscored by 21 points in 27 minutes with Bosh, Wade, and LeBron on the court together. And also, LeBron drew 12 of 24 fouls that the Celtics committed. The Heat, meanwhile, in the postseason are 6-0 during the last 2 seasons when LeBron James draws 10 or more fouls. Now, the Boston Big Three, let's talk about them for a moment. Ray Allen, Kevin Garnett, they came over in 2007. They have compiled 1 NBA title, 2 Eastern Conference titles, 3 Eastern Conference Finals appearances. So it could be the sending off of the Big Three. Ray Allen may go to Miami. I mean, even Steve Nash may go to Miami. You know that they're going to try to amp up their roster a little more. But for the Big Three of the Boston Celtics, with Pierce, Garnett, and Ray Allen, they might be gone. Kevin Garnett, I don't think he should retire. He showed that he was clearly, in my eyes, the second best Celtics player, at least in the postseason. But you're seeing a new team that is going to rule the Eastern Conference, and I'm comfortable saying it, as much as many of us despise them, and I'm not going to say I'm the biggest Miami Heat fan, but you're seeing a team that is going to rule the Eastern Conference for years to come. Now, what have we learned from this series? I decided to throw in 3 different things. We could start this out as a new segment even, but fuck it, I'm not going to. Firstly, LeBron James. He has shown that he could play without the likes of Dwyane Wade, Chris Bosh having their best games. Let me read you his game-by-game scores this season, this postseason against the Celtics. 32, 34, 34, 29, 30, 45, 31. He had a 10-game stretch in which he scored 333 points on 234 shots, and he grabbed 111 rebounds. Rajon Rondo, remember when the Celtics were talking about trading him? It's a freaking laugh stock now. Clearly the best player for the Celtics this postseason. He carried them at times when he had that 44-point game against the Heat. I mean, it was a dominating performance. He's shown that he's their best player. He is a guy that the Celtics should build around. But again, it's sad to see the Big Three end. So now, meanwhile, my third point is that a member of the supporting cast has to put up at least 12 points every game, whether it's Udonis Haslem, Mario Chalmers, Shane Battier, who I dog and will continue to dog. I'll stick to my guns, but it has to be one of those guys that puts up at least 12 points. If not, Udonis has this 17-point game every once in a while. Mario Chalmers hits 2 to 3 threes a game. He has to contribute that at least per the minimum. I'd say 2 threes a game. So Miami, Oklahoma City, Tuesday starts the NBA Finals in Oklahoma City. LeBron versus Durant. It should be a hell of a series. You can let me know your thoughts. Tweet those at me, at Rick Strom. Also follow me. Why the hell not? Facebook page, description below. Comments, comment section below. And also, please do us a favor. Whether you're a Heat fan, a Thunder fan, you love LeBron James, you love the fact that some guys in the Heat locker room and even the Oklahoma City locker room will put on the fake glasses and dress trendy, whatever it is. Do us a favor, guys. Subscribe to TYT Sports.